Not only that, Professor James S. Gates, professor in supersymmetry and theoretical physics, discovered that space-time, the ether of space-time, runs off of something called Adinkra codes, which were discovered by the Dogon tribe in Mali, Africa, thousands and thousands of years ago and depicted in artwork. When you take them and turn them into a three-dimensional structures, you discover that they're error-correcting codes. The same exact codes that Professor Gates discovered are the same ones that run search engine browsers and websites. So the ether of space-time that we're living in runs off of the same technology or same programming code that runs websites and search engines. That's what we're living in, guys, a program. We're living in a program. So brain scans can reveal your conscious decisions 7 seconds before you decide. Some people have talked about this, heard me talk about this years ago. So they took some people, put them in a room, and then they put the cap on their head to read the light waves coming out of their skulls. And they were showing images 10 seconds apart, right? And so they would show a bed of roses. 10 seconds later, they show a woman hugging a baby. 10 seconds later, somebody getting stabbed. 10 seconds later, maybe somebody getting ran over by a car. Just horrific scenes and like serene scenes. And what they were trying to do was map the human brain, what the brain lights up like, what it looks like lit up for specific feelings and emotions, right? What started happening was up to 7 seconds before the next image even showed up, the brain was transmitting to the computer what the next image was going to be, horrific or serene. So then they said, wait a minute, this is an accident. We weren't even looking for this. And they started doing it over and over again and duplicating this experiment and found that it happens no matter how many times you do it. There's always this buildup of advanced knowledge before the thing actually happens. So what does that mean? We're not living in real time. We're living in the third dimension, the third density. It takes time for the conscious stream of information to funnel through multiple dimensions, because we're multi-dimensional beings, until it hits the third dimension, avatar body, and it gets deciphered and discerned into what's going on. There's a delay process in that. Just like if I turn on DirecTV satellite on one TV and I put on cable on the other, the cable is going to be more current, the DirecTV is going to be delayed because the signal has to go to space and then come back. Okay? That's what that is. So that's what's happening. Right now, you're not seeing me in real time. You're looking at me as I was. Why? Because it takes time for a photon to bounce off of me, hit your retina, go to the back of your brain, get deciphered, so you project an image of what I look like. But by the time that happens, I've already moved. So you're not seeing me in real time either. Nothing is in real time. So this is where discernment is extremely important in your life, because you need to be able to discern future events before they happen, at the cusp that things are getting ready to happen, so that you can make the adjustments to navigate through this matrix. Otherwise, you're going to consistently get caught up in things and get blindsided over and over again and not be able to detect things before they actually happen. You got to get ahead of that time wave.